What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Aaron Arcade, and today we are going to do a pinball restoration. Now, check it out. We've been doing some shopping on this thing a little bit. I did some field shop. I've only cleaned in here. I've only cleaned. We haven't waxed. We haven't done anything to the play field yet. I've been tearing it all down step by step so we can see where we are now. So basically where we're at is I've torn a lot of these rails out, the middle metal rails. Here. There was one here, there was one here, and there was one here. The reason why I took these out is because if you guys look really closely at the metal here, a lot of the, don't mind my hands, they're all frayed up from cleaning so much. A lot of the chrome is peeling off of the metal, so it's flaking onto the playfield, and we don't want that on the playfield with the ball all sealed up and playing once we get this all done. So I noticed that this is happening along all the metal areas. And really, I don't know what to do with the rails that are attached to these metal posts as they're nailed in. So I'm not sure how to unfasten these so I can get them off to sand them down and paint them like I'm going to do the other ones. However, I'm not going to just paint them. I'm going to do a chrome paint. I will put in to the video what I use for the chrome paint. I believe I have narrowed it down to 2 different types of chromes that I want to use as for the results. There's a lot of different chrome paints out there. I found that a lot of them just came back as like a silver. I don't want a silver. I'm really looking for, you know, the chrome, the really mirrored chrome where you can see the play field again. I want to bring that all back to life. See, this one's mounted to the wood as well. And they're really rough. You know, I don't want that. So we're going to have to clean those up somehow. So I'm either going to have to leave them mounted and sand them where they are and hopefully hand paint them, probably not the chrome, or find a way to unfasten them so I can get the chrome like the rest of the pieces that I plan on doing. So any information would be helpful if you guys have any info on how to get those cleaned up. Besides electromagnetic, magnetic static, whatever it's called. I don't need to be doing any of that. I will just paint them if I have to. If you have an easier way for me to be able to get these little nails out so I can get them off, that would be great. Any kind of info on that would be great. Also, any kind of info on how to clean these a little bit better and the plastics without having to use a tumbler, that would be fantastic too. So thanks for sticking around with us, and let's get into it a little bit more and break her down some more. Alright, what's going on, guys? So basically, here is what I have left that I have broken down. This is everything that we ripped off of the pinball table to get down to the play field. A lot of these brass aluminum pieces here we're chipping from the chrome paint that was sprayed on them, and I said, you know what, they're real metal, you know what I mean, they're not really cheap metal, so I brazed them down and I gave them a good polish with the good old Never Dull, which works great, by the way. I did have to give them a brushed aluminum look, you know what I mean, they ain't gonna have the chrome look anymore, unfortunately, but I think that they came out pretty darn good for something that's been sanded down and smooth. Besides the little spots, as you can see right there, those are the acetone spots from the rust and stuff that's actually eaten through. So I couldn't get the discoloration out of the metal itself. However, I feel like this could use probably a little bit more polishing on the inside. It will get it to a good shine. And I feel like the reflectiveness should do its part when it comes to the lights on it. I mean, it ain't going to be the chrome mirror finish, unfortunately, but we're all working with a budget here, so we have to do what we can do with what we got, right? So the plastic pieces, I've realized that these work great to clean with the same stuff that I use with the field, actually. So the polish, the carbonara plastic polish works great, or wax works great. I haven't quite used these yet. I'm trying to figure out, I'm still troubleshooting for how to oxidize these and get them a little bit more white before we actually get a wax on it and put it back on the field as well. You know, you guys heard the blow dry going on way earlier in the video of flattening all these little suckers, and as you can see, this is what I mean by warped. So you can take a good peek. See how that's warped there? We haven't quite attacked this one yet, as I still have to attach. I just attached the light cover here to be able to heat it to get it flat in the plastic. Clearly that won't fit like that. I mean, this one's still got a little warp to it too, so we still got to heat that up. So we're still working on unwarping some of these plastics as well. So I just wanted to show you guys this is where we're at for breaking stuff down and getting it to the next level. So let's get back into the next stage of the pinball table. See you there. I've just been cleaning up the playfield more than anything. As you can see, a lot of the gunk has been cleaned up, but we're gonna go and try to do a little bit more. I've been using a little bit of the simple green. However, I'm gonna get some frown upons on that. Just as long as you use it very delicately, don't soak the whole field. Don't let the playfield just saturate in it. You do it little by little. It seems to work very well for me. Then I jumped over to the rubbing alcohol and the magic eraser. I personally noticed that there's some results to it, but not like I thought there was going to be. So I would rather just stick with using the degreaser so I don't chance ruining the integrity of the playfield. Now, I've noticed that a lot of the playfield still has a lot of its overcoat, which is exactly what I want to keep. I don't want to ruin the overcoat, so I have to put a new overcoat on. I just want to be able to have to re-wax this. So any extra steps that I can avoid, we're going to try to do. So stick around, guys. Let's get to the next section. Alright, good morning. I spent all night pretty much waxing the playfield and buffing her out to try to bring some life back into her. We're not there yet, but I just wanted to give you folks just a little view of where we're getting at. I figured I'd leave the lights on this time, add a little light effect to it, but it's getting there. So I came across this chemical. Everybody said to use this naphtha. Well, I went and looked up naphtha, and they came up with this alternative. Paint solvent. It's supposed to replace all of these, including the VMNP naphtha. However, I used it in the playfield, and this happened. Everybody can see that just right. So I would advise to not, I repeat, do not use the supplement. I'm not even going to use naphtha for the fact I don't want to chance it anymore. But it literally pulled the clear coat up and almost the paint, as you can see. Well, definitely the paint. So if anybody can send me a tip on how to fix that, that would be great. Other than that, I'm glad that I only did a small spot. I wish that I would have did it off the playfield somewhere. So keep that in mind when you guys are doing stuff that you don't know about. Don't be an idiot like me. Do it off the playfield somewhere down here where it ain't going to be noticeable. Also, I just wanted to show you guys that I'm going to addressing is the rails here. So on this restore here, the rails you can't really take off without really damaging the integrity of the rails, possibly bending them and not getting them back in. So I have to pretty much repair them while they're on the playfield. So this is my little tactic that I've been doing without having to destroy the playfield but get it done. So basically I've been using a 200 grit piece of sandpaper, about finger size, and literally just applying slow application to it, a little bit here, a little bit there at a time. And as you see, the chrome does end up flaking off. Now after this, I'd like to use, again, more of that Never Dull stuff, and give it a once over, polish it up, and give it another over, and polish it up. You get pretty decent results for a brushed aluminum look. The more I notice you polish it, the more shiny the brushed aluminum gets, so just keep on polishing it up once you're done. The reason why I did this and decided to sand it down was because all that flaking right there, if I didn't do this, in gameplay, the ball would be running against the rails and it would just pick up all that chrome and just send it all over the playfield. Kind of defeat the whole work progress that we've done here. I mean, it's coming together, new rubbers, new lights, new clean, good old wax job. We're going to give it another wax job once we're done doing everything, obviously. But I just wanted to share this little tidbit, and hopefully that it's helpful. Thanks for sticking around. We're still restoring the girls' twin blade pinball machine. We are in the middle of a good old field of dressing, and we've done some shop work. As you can see, the field's coming out beautiful. Got some lights lighting up, fixing some PC boards with the LCD fixed. Looking like we might have to order another board, but we're trying to not angle that way, but we'll see. Anyways, the point of this video was I wanted to show you guys a little routine I did. Now, there's been a lot of different ways to clean rust off of metal. When I say rust, I mean stuff like this. Everybody see that? See a little spot of rust. And then stuff like this. Okay? And then even stuff that's really nitty gritty. A lot of the things that I've already cleaned, but I'm still in the middle of cleaning, like these peg posts, okay? See these peg posts? See the rust on them? Right? Really grody down in there, right? So I've had a few suggestions for to get the rust off and the surface stuff off and bring them back, and a couple chemicals. You can leave them out overnight and clean them off in the morning, and it'll get rid of all the rust be gone, and all kinds of different stuff. However, I came up with my own process, so check this out. And this is quick, fast, and sufficient. So I'm using Never Go, okay? Get a can of this, break a piece off, put it in the can with the rusted pieces, as you can see. Then I bought a tip, a screwdriver. It's a polishing tip, alright? Basically, I just kind of stick it in the can, alright? Stick it in the can with a little bit of that underneath it. See that? That's without polishing it. This is what I got for a complete finish. Okay? Like I said, 10-15 minutes, that kind of process. You'll clean rusty metal pieces up just like that. Maybe a little hand polishing after to bring them out. But other than that, it saves you a lot of time, a lot of money. Thanks for sticking around. See you in the next segment. So, I came across a little issue and I wanted to address it and share how I addressed it. So basically when I got this sucker, we got down to the poppers, where we're cleaning the poppers now, and somebody used this latex silicone glue stuff. I'm not quite sure what the hell it was, to be completely honest, but they made a mess out of it. So I've been spending some time trying to figure out how I can get it off without ruining the plastic or the integrity of the color of it. So I came up with this little great procedure. Simple green. Magic eraser, just like you would do on the normal play field before you do the whole waxing it all. Only this, there's a neat little trick on top of it. A little toothbrush, just rub it all in. You let it sit for a little while, and then this starts happening. I took a nice flathead screwdriver, nothing too sharp because you don't want to scar the plastic, but something flat enough to really get, and you kind of just slowly, lightly scrape at it, and it peels up, surprisingly. However, I notice it's more effective when you let the simple green actually sit on the silicone or glue, whatever the hell this stuff is. It's like a silicone glue for the most part, but it does come up. A little time, a little patience, and diligence, and you won't ruin the plastic. So I figured, I came up with a nice little procedure where I didn't have to ruin anything. Easy little compounds of chemicals that you can get in your everyday, and this is pretty much the results. What the? A little bit of elbow grease and some time and effort, and it came out not bad. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you guys to show you what else I've been doing to the playfield. start putting some stuff back together. Got a lot of the brushed aluminum all done. We're gonna get all the kicker and the trough all put back together soon. I got a lot of the rubbers all put together, all the chrome all polished up, all the plastic really polished up nice inside those little kickers and bumpers. I got my little, they all drop now, but I got them all cleaned up as well, the drop tags. I got the rail all cleaned up. The play field was really, really nice. However, I have been working on it and trying to get everything up and polished. I mean, I had to do these. You guys remember the prior pictures, there was some horrible corrosion going on in all the metals. See, even some I still missed. I gotta still get a couple. See? So just to let you know, most of it's there, but we're getting there. So stick around. See you soon. Spending all night shining up the metal, plastics, you know, to get everything up to par and look actually kind of clean again. So this was my other dilemma. I started cleaning the back here, and I finally got this up and running. I don't know what exactly it's supposed to be doing, but that's where it's sitting at the moment. However, I do have this blinking red light. And there's power, but there's no life. No starting, no flippers, no power really getting to the play field or to really go back and forth and reading. So any kind of information on that would be gratefully appreciated as well. Thanks. It still has not engaged, but I do have things all powered up, and the play field's getting cleaned up pretty well. I'm going to share that with you as well. If you can give me any kind of info on that, light, blinking. I do remember being a solid light. I took it apart, cleaned all the boards and stuff, put it all back together, and this is where I'm at. So, alright, we're going to get on the bottom side of the play field here. Top side's done. We did all the pieces, put it all together, got it all waxed, got everything all up and nice and par. Looks great. I took some pictures. However, I didn't make a video of it yet because I figured we'd do the video of the full tutorial of the completion when we're done. So with that being said, we're going to focus back into what we're doing here. So, a lot of these kickers and relay units like to get really yucky. Alright? See this? Let's see if we can get a light on here. There we go. Alright, so now if you can see right here, really gross, really yucky, you know, really disgusting. Two reasons. One, really, really old. So we're sitting in that market. Two, it's not a really, really old. People like to spray these units down with some lubrications, greasers, thinking that it's going to make the mechanisms work better. Folks, it doesn't work like that with electronic components. It's not your typical underneath the car. It's no ball joints that need to be greased up so because metal's rubbing together. It's nothing like that. What we have here is pure electronics. So this is unnecessary. Trying to lube that is even more unnecessary. So when you come across an issue like this, guys, or your things are being stuck down or up, where these aren't kicking out anymore, there's one of two problems. Either the solenoid's burnt out, which means it's not kicking it anymore, or the solenoid is seized. One of two reasons why a solenoid would be seized. Either A, your AC/DC power adapter is running too much to the board and something's locking up on the MPU unit itself, which is telling the unit itself to freeze up. If it's not that, and you troubleshoot all that, then it's gonna be this itself. And the reason why it seized up is probably because you sprayed a bunch of gunk in it. So don't do that. So we're gonna address this, and this. Best way to get these three cleaned. Why? By the way, these three are the main ones that get used all the time. I mean, that's your flipper, and this is your other flipper. Because you got these three main flippers. Then this is your one flipper up here. That gets used a lot because you're always flipping that one down there. So your forward flippers and your main drain right there, that really likes to get a lot of use and wearage. So, and then I'm going to pull this out. Now that we did the top half, we're going to pull this bottom unit out, clean that whole unit right up. As you can see, we got some rust and corrosion going on underneath as well. So we're going to address all of that as much as possible. If it doesn't need to be addressed, I'm not going to. I won't lie. I ain't going to go shopping things I don't necessarily need to shop, especially when it's hidden. However, these things do need to be taken care of and addressed as soon as possible. The reason being, that's just going to cause a lot of issues in the future. So let's get to it. By the way, process of cleaning these is going to be just a bit of simple green, a rag, an air compressor gun tip, and a toothbrush. Legit, that's all I'm using. Stick around, we'll get down to the next part. With you guys on the inside of this sucker. So, I took an air gun, air compressor, a tip, you know, and basically just back here, just kind of start in the back. So what I was getting at, this was really dusty and dirty when I first got a hold of it, and you could barely tell where a lot of the connectors were connecting and stuff. So I decided to go through it, recon it, so we can actually address things. So this is generally how the inside of your cab should really look, you know, so everything is really addressable. This is actually supposed to go over to protect the fuses from everything like that. You know, so you can actually see all the connectors and all the wires where everything goes and all the grounds that connect and everything. So when it comes to troubleshooting when you have issues, it makes it a lot easier for you and said person who comes over to repair technician. So I just wanted to go over that a little bit with you. Same with the coin door. We did the whole coin door too. Wowzers! It came out really well. What I used was just a little bit of degreaser, again, the air compressor tip, toothbrush, wipe down rag, and then a little bit of the wax polish, and polish it all up to give it a good clean look to it. Not on the inside, I didn't polish anything on the inside, clearly it's just kind of the inside rough shab, but tried to keep it as clean as possible. So when it comes to troubleshooting, it's a lot easier to address the issues and where to actually look. So stick around, we'll get to the next part. Alright, so basically what we're doing now is, as you guys already seen, I shocked the field once, gave it a once over with some wax. I just did another wax job, did a lot of these plastics, did a lot of the knobs. As you can see, they're getting really, really shiny. I'm going to start focusing on these pretty soon, try to bring the white back. I'm going to get the print out for these as well. I want to get the real prints that were actually for these to see if I can locate them. I'm not sure where that stuff is came from, but these are really cool. I did do some of the aluminum. I really don't know if you guys remember, but I took some pictures of how rusted this was and how corroded it was. What I used was Everdome and just a little bit of elbow grease. A lot of elbow grease. My elbows hurt, actually. But it came out great. So with all the lights on it, what it did was made it kind of warp. I've seen on YouTube that you can actually take a heat gun, heat them up, put them in under a book, and they'll flatten them. Well, a lot of us don't have heat guns, but everybody has a hair dryer. So I borrowed my wife's hair dryer. Hey again, thanks a lot for sticking around with Toy Box Talk through our little venture here. If you liked what you see here, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It's really important to make sure you hit those notifications and turn them on as well, because when I'm popping up all kinds of new content, I want to make sure that you guys don't miss out on what I got coming up next. you guys. Thanks a lot for sticking around with Toy Box Talk. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you guys next time.